There's an adage that goes, imitation is the highest form of flattery, or something of that nature, something along those lines. I say imitation is not flattering at all. The reason why I say this is the people who have been the most malicious, the most obsessive, the most controlling, and overall just the worst behaving towards me, who provoke me, try to bully me, try to run smear campaigns against me. I noticed this about them, is that they always try to imitate something about me, whether it's my aesthetic, my hairstyles on a very surface level, whether it's is the way I speak, my mannerisms, my gestures on a more deeper level. And it always baffled me, because if you're bullying me, if you claim you don't like me, if you're trying to harm me in a malicious way, I would assume that you don't want anything to do with me. I would assume that you don't admire me at all and that you dislike me, right? But that's not the case. I see these types of people often imitating me. They'll try to be a nuisance in my life. They'll try to cause disorder, disarray. They'll try to gossip about me while copying my hairstyles, while copying my aesthetic, while dressing like me. I'll wear one thing today. The next week I'll see you dressing in the same manner. Sure, it's a free world. We're all free to dress however we like, but it becomes a little uncanny. And it's important to recognize patterns and to not lie to yourself and to not deceive yourself when you're noticing valid patterns. On a more deeper level, I've noticed people close to me, like family, run smear campaigns against me. I've noticed people gossip about me, try to tarnish my reputation, yet they'll take specific things that I've said, go to people who they think I'm not in contact with, and then parrot word for word exactly what I said. And this happened with a specific relative where they would tell me about some sort of drama that was going on in their life, or the life of someone close to them, usually another relative. I would speak my truth. I would impart words of wisdom and, describe the situation and offer a solution in a way that I saw fit. And to my face, they wouldn't pay it any mind, right? They wouldn't give any signs that they've actually heeded the knowledge that I've imparted onto them. Until later on, I would hear them having a conversation with another individual, parroting exactly what I said, word for word. So to my face, you pretend as though you don't value what I'm saying. To my face, you dismiss me and and make dismissive comments like it's not that serious, or pretend you're not really listening to what I have to say. Yet later on, that same day or days later, I hear you saying exactly what I said. Why is that? How could that be? And that is the most creepiest part of people who are malicious, toxic people. Underneath all of that hate, underneath all of that malice, is somebody who actually admires you. It's somebody who sees aspects of you that they want to adopt, but lack the ability to do so authentically, or don't want to, because we all have the ability to rise above our base natures, to rise above our carnal natures, to rise above our baselines, right? Yet some people choose not to, because it's too hard to face themselves. It's too hard to examine their behavior. Instead, they go around stealing people's personalities, stealing their talking points, stealing their aesthetics, stealing their whole personas, and going to another group of people masquerading as them. It is a masquerade because they are wearing a mask and acting in ways that are inauthentic to them, that are someone else's identity, in front of this new demographic of people, or in front of a group of people that they think that you don't have access to, or you're not close to. And that's the creepiest part about this behavior. It is creepy. It is not flattering that you are copying the way I dress, that you're looking out your window trying to spot me, trying to see how I've styled myself so that you can replicate that. It's not flattering. It's not flattering that I decline to give you my social media pages, yet you go on stalking me to try to get a glimpse of me so that you can replicate my aesthetic. That's not flattering. That's quite disrespectful. That's quite rude. And that's quite scary because you're willing to go to extreme lengths. These types of people are willing to go to extreme lengths to trample upon your boundaries. That is quite upsetting. And that's quite scary and something to watch out for. These types of people you will meet as neighbors, as potential friends, acquaintances, associates, coworkers, bosses. They might pretend they don't like you, or they might pretend to not be as concerned about you as they truly are, but their actions will always reveal their true intentions and their true identity, who they truly are. So watch out for the patterns. Don't play something off as though you didn't see it. Acknowledge that it's happening. Make a note of it. Sure, you don't want to jump to conclusions, no problem. Make note of it. So that when you see this pattern or this behavior repeated again, you have a reference and you know that this is the person's character. It's not a one-off thing. This is their character. This is their pattern of behavior. It makes it their character. So be aware. As I said, these people will try to copy your personality. They admire you truly. They admire how you carry yourself, how you show up in the world. And they won't give you your props. They won't give you your flowers. Why would they? Why would they want you to know that you are valuable? They want you to see yourself as less than so that they can keep benefiting off of proximity to you, off of masquerading as someone they're not, of pretending to be you. So of course they're not going to tell you that they think you're gifted, that they love your style, that they admire your attributes and traits, or that they think you're such a strong person. They're not going to tell you that. They want you to see yourself as less than. And they want you to allow them to have proximity to you, to give them access to you. And when you cease to give these types of people access to you, especially those who like to masquerade as you and steal your personality, eventually the truth comes to light. This is why I'm a big advocate of removing yourself from these people, having boundaries if you still have to be in contact with them. But do whatever you can to just distance yourself as far as possible. These people don't respect you. They don't honor you. And they seek to destroy you. Don't take it lightly. Do not take this type of behavior lightly. Because eventually, it doesn't just stop at trying to be you. It becomes sinister in a sense that they try to become you or wear your skin. And I say, it sounds dramatic, but that's what it becomes in a sense that they try to diminish you. They try to humiliate you. They try to make you feel less than. They try to exclude you while adopting your characteristics, while adopting your personality traits. How far do you think this type of person would be willing to go? Right? Because they want you to take yourself out, essentially. They see all of the goodness in you. They seek to diminish that so that you remove yourself, so that you diminish yourself, so that they can then become you. How scary is that? How disconcerting and unsettling is that? Someone sees the goodness in you, sees the light in you, and says, I want that for myself, so I will become that. And in doing so, I'm going to make the person who I'm replicating myself after feel less than, feel so low about themselves that they stop being who they are. They stop being that beacon of light. They stop being that vibrant, vivacious person, so that you can then replace them and become them. To me, this is really disgusting and scary behavior. So beware, watch out. You're not imagining things. If you noticed patterns, you're not imagining anything. What you think is happening, and you need to remove yourself immediately or create some boundaries. You need to speak up, tell somebody about it. If this is a case of a neighbor, you better make building security aware that you have somebody who's watching you, who stands outside your windows trying to get a glimpse of you while you're in the privacy of your own home, who's being a nuisance outside your home, who's being loud and noisy just to get your attention, and loud and noisy during all sorts of hours of the day. It's like they don't have anything else to do with themselves. No employment, no hobbies, no focus, no ambition, no educational pursuits, just watching you. You have somebody who is trying to disgruntle you. Because I've been in a similar situation where I had somebody watching me and try to replicate themselves after me. And it got to a point where I had to make a report to building security and property management. So beware, advocate for yourself, do your due diligence. And on top of that, once I reported this case of being watched by building security and property management, they let me know that I was not the only one who raised concerns. So that tells you about the mental state of these people as well. It's not just the lack of emotional maturity. It's not just being malicious. There's something wrong. You don't have to diagnose them, but it demonstrates that there's something deeply wrong and going wrong in their cognition that causes them to behave like this, insecurity even. Because instead of embracing yourself, embracing your beautiful qualities that are inherent to you, you choose to try to wear someone's skin, be somebody you're not. No, this behavior is unacceptable. So be aware. Don't be afraid to assert your boundaries. And because these people are unstable in certain ways, be strategic. You may not want to confront them directly depending on the mental stability of the individual. You really have to use your discernment. But you're going to have to address it or remove yourself. Okay? So if this resonates, feel free to comment down below, share your experiences for the sake of and for the purpose of learning, of growth. Add to the community. And if you want to reach out to me personally, my information will be in the description or my about section. You'll find my email, okay? Feel free to reach out, and I will be back very soon, and I hope this helped, okay? Take care. We'll talk soon.